Alright. Alright, so who's all here? Alright, so no one's watching yet. Alright, anybody watching? Alright, Jen's here, Desher's here. That's interesting. I don't have a very good preview going on my end, but it's seeming to work on here. We've got 4 people watching. How's everybody doing? So you're going to be on the side of me. Alright. I need to be able to see comments. There we go. Ugh. Okay, we got 5 people. That's good enough to get us started. Anybody else just gonna miss the opening, but everybody will get to watch it after the fact. Well, anyway, here we go. We're starting the show. Enjoy.
I guess this would be more epic if we both had eyebrows.
Staring at a box candy? That's a new low.
Hey, what are you doing with that?
Well, we cannot have it just sitting in front of the camera, can we not?
Well, that's true. And what's with that getup anyway? Why are you all fancy for?
Well, I did have a nice little dinner with the missus.
Oh, really now?
Yes, it was actually quite nice. Very quite nice. By the way, why did you have this box to begin with?
Me and this Voodoo Ranger have a score to settle.
Oh, do you?
Yes. I want to actually taste this beer of his and see if it's actually any real good. We made a joke about it one time on the beginning of an episode some time ago.
I think Erie mentioned that. Something about you Axum proofing it as well as Fletcher proofing it?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Well, you know what? I think I'll join you in that.
Well, more the merrier. That's what beer's best at anyway, huh?
It is always nice to do with friends.
Yes. All right then. Get to pouring.
Ah, nice and loud. That's always a good sign. Ooh.
Uh-huh. Careful of that. If I remember correctly, this stuff is pretty bitter.
I've had worse. Mead can be a strong subject. Usually, Space Wolves get a little wild with their drinks.
All right. Pour. Hey, where did that even go just now?
Pocket dimension.
Ah, I see. Yep, that is a stout boy right there. Very stout, very bitter. Not for the faint of heart or for those who don't like beer. Still, it is a bit citrusy though. I will give it that. It's still good at that much. But I gotta be in the right mood. Thankfully, now is the right mood.
Oh, it definitely is the right mood for this kind of stuff.
Alright. Anyway, that was the original Voodoo Ranger IPA. This box has 4 flavors, on to flavor 2.
Alright. Hopefully this one doesn't foam up as like the last. Still so nice and loud.
So, what's this one called?
Juicy Haze.
Juicy Haze, all in my mouth.
We'll see about that. Gonna send this one with the rest.
Huh. Tastes about the same, but it does have a bit more of a fruity tinge to it.
I cannot taste the fruit myself.
It's very, very mild. It's slightly sweeter than the original, but it's pretty much indistinguishable otherwise. Huh. Not bad, though. Still gotta be in the right mood, though. Still very bitter.
Yes, very. Alright, now on to the next one. Liquid Paradise. That's what I think I need.
Liquid Paradise.
Change.
Interesting.
A little bit, because I think I was trying to mix them together.
Yeah, you don't want to mix them together. That might be weird tasting. Not recommended.
Yes, definitely. Don't mix drinks unless you know what you want with it.
And don't really do that with beer. There's very few cocktails that actually work,
That is very true.
in my experience.
Well, you haven't traveled the multiverse, have you?
It was a long time ago.
Alright,
Flashback was there.
Oh.
Ooh, that's interesting. It's even more bitter. It's like Boulevard bitter, but not as salty. Yeah, that's not for everybody, but I can definitely see how this would hit the spot on the beach. By the way, if you're on the beach right now, don't be. But we only have 2 people watching this right now, and I know none of those 2 people are on the beach. Y'all are being smart and staying home. But you can pretend you're on the beach by drinking this beer.
Alright. On to the last one. It's experimental, apparently.
Oh yeah, that's the one on the box. Make sure to zoom in on that for everybody at home. By that I mean 2 people.
Oh, 2 is better than none.
Agreed. We appreciate you. It looks like Monster.
You know, there's many things I've seen in this multiverse, and Monster always reminds me of something.
What's that?
Something not meant for when you're drinking.
I wish I understood that reference.
Bottoms
Give
up.
me.
Uh-oh.
Where did that go?
I'm not sure, actually.
Because it sounded like it went to a different pocket dimension.
I don't think that one went to a pocket dimension, actually.
Well, where did it go?
Ah! Ha! Ha!
Okay.
No, that feeling's familiar. That is urgent energy, actually.
Oh, you don't mean like...
Oh,
Oh, no.
well, I hope he has fun with that drink.
Who, the Doomslayer?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Samuel Hayden finally figured out how to drink himself. I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, so this experimental IPA is definitely similar to the other ones. It's more robust, but it still has that deep, very stout bitterness to it. But it's got a nice edge of sweetness that's not as bad. A slight improvement, but I can't put my finger on my bony little finger on exactly what fruit I'm tasting. But there's definitely a fruit there that's not present in the other flavors. Huh.
Definitely interesting. So don't we usually play video games and these kind of things?
Usually.
Were we just wanting to do a beer tasting seminar?
That's all I had in mind. But Erie's got all kinds of games on there.
This is true.
Ooh. How about Ace Combat? Have you ever played the Air Combat? Or no, Air Combat was what it was called on the PlayStation. Have you ever played the Ace Combat games? This was the original. It's a classic. And it's rudimentary.
There we go. Huh, I can figure out things. Yeah.
Nice. Then again, if you can't figure out a $900 laptop, I'd be very worried about your status.
I would too. Oops, that is upside down. I would be too. I've piloted a Titan before. That is significantly more advanced.
A Titan? You mean like in Titanfall? Those things are nasty.
Oh, that could be one of the ones I was talking about. I have piloted those too.
Oh, nice. I wish I'd have.
Oh. Okay, that was not a good palate cleanser.
Oh yeah, I forgot to make the joke, or the statement rather, that this video is absolutely not in any way sponsored by Voodoo Ranger. In fact, we probably sullied their brand with this video.
Oh, I have done that many a times.
I'm sure you have. But I don't expect any self-deprecating humor from the stranger. That's kind of refreshing, actually. You're kind of pompous most of the time.
It has been a very, very annoying week. Well, for you, a week. So...
Yeah, you're telling me. Erie does nothing but brew day in and day out. I'm doing nothing but trying to lift his spirits, and he keeps being a big old Debbie Downer. Big Debbie Downer. I think he gained 5 pounds again.
I mean, when you have a pandemic going on, that tends to happen.
Oh, by the way, I think that pocket dimension is my pocket stomach. It's pretty good.
That's some interesting ideas. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, how many of you have played this before? This is considered a classic. It was a launch title for the PlayStation. Very rudimentary, but still had a simple and arcadey feel to it. It made it pretty easy to get into.
I wonder what aircraft they have.
The kind that fly.
You don't say. not a bad one. That's not a bad error. Inject. Alright. Let's see how this game handles. It's definitely going to be an improvement over that game.
This is an evaluation of your operational abilities. Intelligence report an enemy supply unit moving to resupply their forward position. Should have the advantage of surprise. Should have localized their superiority for the duration of the operation. Target C5A supply unit.
Interesting.
What's that?
Oh, just the mission briefing.
Yeah, it was kind of cool with the voice acting. It was still fairly new. And way better than what was going on the 3DO and Sega CD at the time, which were the two previous CD-based consoles in the mainstream market at the time. Not in any way counting the Philips CDI or the new one, but the new one came around during the PS2 generation. It was basically games on DVDs, but regular DVDs. It was every bit as bad as you would think that is.
You know, this co-pilot sounds as bad as you.
What do you mean as bad as me?
It is annoying. He just repeats himself over and over again.
That's fair. I'll give you that one.
Alright. How does that... Oh, there we are.
Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him.
That was the wrong button.
Why'd you hit the wrong button for?
Because as we stated before, I'm not very familiar with video games. Or these games and video, as I had said before.
But in all of your lives, have you ever flown one of these fighter jets?
Oh, I have flown many an aircraft.
Well, then doing it on an Xbox One controller should be just as easy, right?
It is easier said than done.
Yes.
Oh.
A few buttons and a joystick is not as easy as a great big control panel.
There's a lot more to consider when flying an aircraft.
I know. I'm just being the dork.
Although I do admit, there was one game I remember hearing about, at the very least, about aircraft flying. I think one of my children actually was able to acquire it, and she mentioned that, and I watched as she played it, and it looked very realistic.
What was it?
I know it was similar to a Terran bird, or it was similar to the name of a Terran bird. I can't remember which one.
Terran.
Or
That sounds familiar.
in common speak, Earth.
Oh, right. That's why it sounded familiar. You gotta remember, I'm from the Earth sector break, which is divided up into very many.
Are you saying you are Legion for you are many?
No, because we're not a hive mind. We pretty much all work in a great big office building, and we're commanded by individual administrative assistants, we'll say. Speaking of which, I've been getting my phone blown up by my own administrative assistant, who I am assigned to.
Well, you're a slacker, so I am not surprised.
Slacking? No. If anything, Erie is the one who's slacking. Hey, look, Toma's here! Say hi to Toma!
Hello, Mr. Turtle.
Yeah, how's it going? You missed the beer tasting, but you can watch in the replay. great. Did you ever play this game while it was new? Comment if you played this game when it was new. Because it was a pretty big deal. A lot of people had it. And our boy here is on level, what, 2 now?
2,
Yep,
yes.
he's on level 2 now.
Hmm. Taking on an escort and bombers. I wonder what their target would have been.
Well, this was made in the 90s, so maybe something Desert Storm related, even though it was over by the time this game came out.
Hmm.
Oh. Deshra says she used to play duck hunt with her grandma. That's wonderful. That's so easy to pick up and play with family. My dad always used to pretend to shoot the dog because it was annoying. I bet you wish you could pretend to shoot me.
If I was not flying right now, I don't think I would need to pretend.
You know you wouldn't.
Are you so sure?
You wouldn't. I'm quite certain.
Are you though? Are you?
Yeah.
What makes you so certain that I would not shoot you, given the chance?
Because there's a reason why you're rooming with Erie, and it's not just a favor for him.
Oh.
He is of some use to you. And if he's of some use to you, he is of very big use to me. So, and he and I are inseparable at this moment. So, yeah.
Given time, I probably could correct that.
What does that mean?
You're talking to an interdimensional god. Why don't you use that hollow head of yours?
What's so hollow about it? Alright, I am just a skull. There's nothing technically in there. What is me is largely immaterial. Although I do wish the rest of my body. I miss that. I had arms, I had legs, I had a sight. I still have a sight. I just can't pick it up yet. Because there's no hands. Although I can make it float, but it looks weird. That's probably what Sandy Bones has been blowing my phone up about.
Alright, is that all of them? That is all of them.
Alright. You're on to level 2 now, 3 now.
Now, are you sure I won't shoot you?
You wouldn't dare.
What's stopping me?
Again, Erie's of use to you. And Erie is useless without me.
Who says that?
Logic. Especially if you've been paying attention to everything we've been doing up until this point, surely he's filled you in.
Yes, but what is logic to one that has, or who follows rules of a different logic?
Alright, you can keep threatening me, or you can play the game and entertain people, like what we're trying to do here. That's right. Hey!
Oh, that didn't do anything to you. It was a blank.
I know it was, but hey, I heard the pop. My little ear holes are sensitive.
That is very good to know.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh, probably not.
Desha's thinking over there. She probably wants to use that information too. What, are you gonna team up on me now?
Sounds like a plan. They really do not give you much fuel.
No, they do not. Although, late in the game, you can pretty much have super OP planes, really, if I remember correctly. It's like you unlock them all by doing each mission, but you also can get special ones by doing certain things, I think. It's been a long time since I had somebody explain it.
Oh. Okay, here's an effect that I have studied. The whole gamer logic of the if I tilt my head in a certain direction, I will go faster. Direction.
Whatever works. As long as you beat the stage, it doesn't matter.
Although I do admit, when I watched my daughter play that one game, I still cannot remember the name of, the ability to fire missiles was a full lot faster.
Oh no. Oh, come on, man. You got Toma syndrome too?
What?
Toma syndrome. Where you talk about games that you don't remember what they are, but you're clearly setting up other episodes for the future.
If Erie wishes to do something like that, yeah.
Well, good thing for us, he's still asleep.
How does he sleep through your loud mouth?
I don't know. He's not been sleeping well at all. So, with me, I don't know. He's just not been sleeping well, so I think it's a good thing that he's still sleeping right now.
Yes, there are very few beings that can keep up with limited amount of sleep. Get back here.
Get him, get him, get him, get him.
There we go. I actually do remember some good old days where I used to fly ships like it was nothing. I actually remember flying an X-Wing once. That was an interesting experience.
An X-Wing? When did you do that?
During the Age of the Rebellion. When else?
Well, that would have been the best time.
Yes, I agree with you there. That recent additions to that universe.
Are they anything like what actually happened? I'm pretty sure they're not.
Whenever I am involved, that's the ground.
That's fair. So, in your reality, what do you experience during the Star Wars? How does The Force Awakens compare to what you actually experienced when you were there?
After I learned that it existed, I made sure it changed drastically, so I think the only thing that survived was the First Order. And even then they were different.
Oh, so the good guys lost in your time.
No. It became more of a stalemate.
Ooh, that would have been actually a lot more interesting than the movies.
Yes. Bit of trench warfare would have been nice. Wait, didn't we see that, or didn't that appear in the standalone one? What was it?
Rogue One.
No, no, not Holo. Solo?
Solo was more of a gangster movie.
Well, I meant before then. Before he became the. Did I lose a plane?
I don't know, did you?
I think I did. Whoops. Playing this game just brings back some old, ancient memories. Oh. Yeah, remember, there's nothing.
I imagine Erie this would have brought up memories of not all that long ago. Oh, look out, Charlie's watching now.
The unicorn?
Thankfully, no. The one who's trying to get out of this whole situation that we've got ourselves in.
I am right under that one.
But you're helping us anyway. Well, you're mostly in it to help Erie than me, but it's by proxy.
You only need to tell me once, co-pilot. Come on, turn. There we go.
Hold up. We might need to get a technical issue taken care of here.
Oh.
Yeah.
What seems to be the issue?
Audio. Oh, okay. So we're good actually. Well, I hope you enjoy the show anyway. Too bad you didn't bring headphones. Or maybe you did, and I don't know. I don't know your situation, but I'm glad you're watching us, Charlie.
Have I cleared the skies? I have not cleared the skies.
Clear the skies, clear the skies, clear the skies. Eliminate all the enemies on the screen, except it's in a three-dimensional space in the air. But it's not Voodoo. That's a different game, where you basically do the same thing.
I am very glad I don't get motion sickness. That'd be a very bad thing to have.
Yeah. This thing kind of flips around quite a bit. You just gotta get used to it. Look, think. This spawned one of the biggest... what's the word I'm looking for?
Franchise?
No. Specifically, the air combat type of situation, which is why this is called air combat. But the later ones were called ace combat. Kind of like how Soul Edge was the original Soul Calibur, and then it went from Soul Edge, Soul Calibur, and then so on, you know? This was air combat, the rest were ace combat. PlayStation had a lot of firsts. Great console.
There we go. Alright. Let's speed it up.
So who's still with us? Who's still watching? And why aren't you sharing? Sharing is caring. Everybody needs a laugh more now than ever. And what's funnier than a dude dressed like Stranger and a talking skull playing an old game? Yes, I'm talking about you. It's funny to most people. No one around here dresses like that.
Well, not many can comprehend my actual appearance.
True, but even then, no one would pair a button-down shirt, a vest, and that hat together. You're like some sort of, I don't know, Southern mixed with mariachi. You are very Tex-Mex plus Punisher. You look like you're about to do some, I don't know, you're about to go to Taco Bueno and blast five-finger death punch out of your truck. That's right, you do own a truck. Holy shit.
I own many a vehicle. You might be a little more specific.
True.
Okay, so there's the stall limit, 200. Trying to balance out slowing down enough to turn, fast enough to be able to see, versus not stalling. And again, there was a few other things about that game I remember when I was playing that made things like this a lot easier.
Was it after this one? This game you're talking about?
Yes, definitely. It was after this game.
I see, but it was like another, air vehicle combat game.
Yes.
Like a military flight simulator.
Yes.
I see. This is more arcade, but also dated to the early 90s. Or mid-90s.
There we go. Are we done? Yes, we are done. Oh.
We're doing something right because Desher's laughing. She's the only one who's currently laughing, but she's laughing.
That's a good thing.
Yes. At least someone is. Sorry for all of the people with little attention spans. Log in and watch for like 30 seconds and then drop. Still love you though, but come on. Give me more of a chance. Give him more of a chance.
You never know. You might find someone's humor good.
Yeah.
Oh. New aircraft available. See what we have.
Dasher wants to know if this was actually kind of a harder game to play for its time. I would argue yes, it was. It took a learning curve for the controls. The gameplay itself was actually fairly easy and simplistic, almost too simplistic. But it was the weird controls that kind of threw people at first.
There's the Dorito chip.
Doritos? Now I'm getting hungry.
No, this plane it always reminded me of Dorito chip. Don't know why.
Probably because it's shaped like one.
That's probably the best reasoning. Let's, no. I stole your lion cap. What you gonna do?
Cap as in Captain America?
Yes. The whole scene where he goes, no, I don't think I will.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, air-to-ground combat. That's... Oh, hey, at least I have a wingman. Huh, it is hollow. Who knew?
Who said you can open up my head?
I did.
Okay. Who said you can open up my head?
Who said I needed permission?
That's fair. It's not like there's anything in there for you to take anyway, but still, that's an invasion of privacy. You know how little of that I have? You just open up my skull and just root around in there while I'm clearly working on some very intensive business.
Yes, you just sitting there. I mean, yes, I can see a little bit of arcane aura surrounding you, like letting you do whatever it is you're doing, but still.
Ugh.
You know what? Baron, you sound like a good guy to fly with. Ugh. Oh, and it's nighttime flying as well.
Oh, right. I forgot about this one.
Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight.
But I'm sure it's nothing that you haven't done before. At least twice.
Yes, but air to ground combat was never my specialty. That's usually I usually left that to the bombers.
What kind of bombers?
Oh, your standard.
B-17 bomber. B-17 bomber.
I'm sorry, that's just too funny. That was from an Intellivision game. Do any of you know what the Intellivision was? I doubt it. It was one of two video game consoles to compete against the Atari 2600. That goes back quite a ways. And the Intellivision had an add-on with a voice synthesis module. And it would add voices to certain games that had audio data to them. It was as crunched
that was the
and
ground.
distorted as you would imagine. It was great. And terrific. And awful. Awful because it was terrific because it was awful.
Alright, let's get up higher in the air.
Amazing as in good, or is that sarcasm, Charlie? I kind of like this, stranger. Look at us. For the most part, getting along.
Yes.
I didn't even think that was possible. I kind of couldn't stand you. And I know for a fact you definitely couldn't stand me.
People change. Things change.
Situations change. Surely being locked down with Erie and I is definitely... You pretty much have to put up with us in order for you to survive.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, and Agent Mojito's finally watching us.
I'm going to guess that little white dot is my wingman.
Probably.
Well, I can never seem to line up to be able to see him, so I'm going to guess so.
Anyway, hey, Agent Mojito! I've got plans for you in Season 3! Well, actually, here he does. But I'm just kind of along for that part of the ride. This whole series was my idea, but still.
I'm actually getting a bit of adrenaline from this.
I'm getting a good amount of beer from this.
Oh.
So, we got 4 people watching. Who's all watching? I've got an idea as to who, but sound off if you're watching right now. Let everybody know you're here. I want to know you're here. And I'm so glad you're playing this game instead of Erie. He would have not have gotten this far in this short a time. I know that. Even though he has played this a fair bit before. He was horrible at this game as a kid.
Oh. Ooh. Ouch. I have to admit, though, even though the failure is you've lost, it still looked pretty epic.
gushing on you, and then you fail.
Isn't that how it always goes?
I should probably shut up, but you know that won't fucking happen. I just said the F word on my show. I generally don't do that, but fuck. If I get enough likes, I will sing the Wednesday 13 song. I don't think I will, but if I do, I will sing the Wednesday 13 song.
Recent evaluation of that city permits us to engage on target within 60 perimeter. Target 1.
Do 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 do.
Target 2. Enemy headquarters building.
Launch with this for.
Hey, stranger, you know what Deshra says about you?
What?
She says you have some impressive gameplay.
You know, I did. Well, it was a thought. Once upon a time.
Or a thought.
Thought.
A thought.
Yes. Be gone, thought.
Be gone, thought. No thoughts on our street.
Let's try Sergio and see if he'll actually cover my back better.
We'll see, I guess.
Or is it Sergio or Sergio?
As long as it's not Sir Dio.
Oh, you thought it was me and a stranger all along, but it was me, Dio!
I'm so glad that's a joke. Given the multiverses that we exist within, oh, no. Just no.
Oh yes, Dio with my power. That. Actually.
I think at one point in a certain season he does. By the way, for those of you who don't know, that is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference. For the uninitiated. Uninitiated? Onion. The uninitiated. That's gonna be our fan club now. Do you hear that, stranger? The uninitiated. The uninitiated.
So are you saying if we cut them, they'll cry?
No, I'm just saying we have layers. Broker for life.
I've met him.
Who, Shrek?
Yes.
We still have a whole hour to fill. Go ahead and go on with it.
It actually was not as fun or amazing as you would think it is.
Okay, at what point in his life did you meet him?
After the little midget man Farquaad.
So after the first movie, that's why it sucked. Ah, it makes so much sense now.
Well, I also ran into somebody who did not agree with the films, who is also a god, and they decided that they could do better than the show.
Oh yeah? Do tell.
Let's just say I had to call on my Astartes for that fight. I was not proud of that moment.
Had to call who?
My Adeptus Astartes. Space Marines.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting about those fools.
I would not call them fools unless you wish to acquire the Emperor's wrath. Well, they do not follow the Emperor. They follow me, but regardless.
That's why I stay away from that universe.
Well, if I'm... No, yes, I did assign a battle brother or two to Axum, actually.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Speaking of which, he's not watching this stream. Somebody needs to go encourage him. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Because I can't do any winking or nudging.
And I'm a bit busy. Trying not to die.
You're doing great. I should just make you the star of this show. People already like you more.
I'll give Erie some credit. He has his moments.
His moments. Moments. Honestly, everyone's just here for me. I did like, what? 2 entire episodes, or 3 entire episodes, just by myself. No, wait. 1 was by myself, 1/2 was by myself, and another Erie wasn't in, but I was in. That was just season 1. So people are clearly not watching it for him. They were watching it for me the whole time. I should have just started doing this by myself from the get-go.
I admit it would be a little bit more interesting, but comparatively between the two of you, who has the more game knowledge?
You got a point.
You can't. Every coin has 2 sides. You're the tails, he's the head.
No, more like, he's the Tails, I'm the Sonic.
Are you saying you can go fast?
No, but I do a mean spin dash. I would demonstrate, but that would be dangerous.
Yes, I'm pretty sure the universe is not ready for such a feat.
It's not necessarily the universe, it's mostly just the camera.
That too. Okay, I can.
Because people can witness this, but cameras can't pick it up. So it just causes them to glitch out, and it's sad. No one can capture it. Which is sad. I actually tried to capture my sick spin dash skills with just my own head, and no camera is there. So, especially for the YouTube episode version of this show, here's an artist rendering of that event. You're welcome.
Usually when they send you out night flying, they would give you some kind of night vision goggles or night vision viewing. This does not have that. Oh.
No, it does not.
But it does give you this, which allows me to see far more. But without the target reticule, which...
Yeah, you kind of need that to see what you're trying to shoot at.
Yes, well, I know there was a quote somewhere about eyeballing things and how bad it was. Because...
Oh, Agent Mojito has some 100 proof SoCo. All right. Hope you got some root beer with that. That's the best way to have that stuff. That's good
Speaking of
stuff.
drinks, I need to get one myself.
Oh, yeah?
It is best to keep hydrated.
Yes. With citrus, high fructose corn syrup.
Not everyone follows the laws of physics.
Well,
I
as
once
long as
survived on Volvo alone. That was a fun experience.
on lava.
You sound surprised. If the universe exists, or if there's a possibility of something existing in the multiverse, it exists. The ability to live on lava exists somewhere. I once remember hearing about dragons that could swim in lava. So...
That's fair. That is fair. Okay.
Oh, I think...
Oh, and Agent Mojito says he's having it with Coke this time. That's a fair choice. SoCo and Coke. I mean, it's a bourbon, so bourbon and Coke did gone hand in hand since the invention of Coke, because whiskey predates that. By a long shot, it predates that. But I'm pretty sure, I don't know when sarsaparilla came out, but I'm pretty sure people were mixing whiskey with sarsaparilla.
Ow! What is that?
I don't know. We are experiencing technical difficulties, folks.
So it was the game. Good to know.
Unfortunately, you have lost your progress.
Oh, night flying was never my best. Unless I had night vision. But I don't have that.
Wow. Okay, I am breaking character for a technical difficulty that I was not expecting. I gotta get back to my phone. Okay, I was not planning to blow the curtain before the end of the show, but now it's necessary. So, I'm gonna ask real quick. So, because the emulator crashed, so I posted a thing. Any suggestions? Not suggest TV icons. What the hell is a suggest TV icon? Suggestions. My goodness. That was a technical difficulty I was not expecting to have because that's new. So, we are not done the show, but we are having an unintended intermission. You having any fun so far? We're having fun with this. Like, this has gone really, really well. Although I wish more people were watching it because they would have found it a lot more funny. But still, it's still great. So, leave me your suggestions real quick before I decide myself. Demon attack, oh my gosh. He wants us to go way old school. Agent Mojito wants us to go super old school with the Atari. Let me see if I can pull that up. It should work. We work because that's almost perfect to go to after
Something glitching out, yes.
something glitching out, as well as that joke about the
Art and energy, yes.
Yeah, we can work that in. That'll be tight. Okay, let me pull up RetroArch again. Hopefully it'll do exactly what I tell it to, and we'll be good to go. Because I do have all that. Alright. Low core. Well, that's beside the point. Well, actually, I have no doubt that it will work, honestly. Contact. This is all going to be online. So this is going to take a moment. So I'm glad the microphone's on my webcam. I hope the sound file's been okay. Right now I'm away from my phone, so I can't see I'm I'm kind of bouncing off of things right here. So you're going to have to give me a second. So now you can see this, and it's pretty sad. There we go, finally. Okay, so let's give this a good twist of the time, yay. Go scroll down, will you? Jeez. Wow, a lot of those started with the letter C. I'm getting some other things that started with the letter C. Alright, scroll down. Whoa. There we go. Well, that looks pretty good. Let me test it real quick. Let me see if that'll play like it ought to. Yeah, that plays perfect. Alright, so give me a second. I'm going to turn the volume down So this requires a little bit of extra work. So I'm going to turn that down. Okay. Back in character. Boom. There we go.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened?
I think somehow a version of Argent Hellspawn decided to attack.
Clearly. Because this is Demon Attack for the Atari 2600. I remember when Erie had this. It was a pretty dope game. Especially for its time.
It reminds me of something I would see in an arcade.
That's what a lot of those early Atari games were like. They were very simple games. But that's what made them fun. Really, we should have saved this for an episode that was all about the Atari, but hey, this was a great suggestion. Even though it happened against our will. We're getting attacked by pixelated demons who are jealous of Ace Combat, the original Air Combat. Blah, I keep mixing those up.
Either that or an Archvile decided to get the drink that got sent to him. Or the Doomslayer, I don't know which.
So it got sent to an Archvile, not the Doomslayer?
I don't know! That's the thing. I wasn't exactly looking when I reached my hand in. All I know is I was burned by Argent Energy.
So all you knew is that it ended up where the Doomslayer is. So at least it ended up in Doom Eternal and not in some other iteration of something id Software created.
I mean, I don't
Could
know.
be worse. Could be Rage. Rage wasn't actually that bad. Could be Quake 3. No, Quake 3 was fine, even though it was weird. Quake 4, which there wasn't technically anything wrong with, but there are better gameplay in software.
I have to admit, the sounds this game makes are interesting.
Yeah, you were very limited on the Atari 2600.
Yes, let me walk right into that fire, stream of fire. That's smart tactical sense. From yours truly.
Walking right on straight to the projectiles of fire.
Wow.
I went right towards it and I got a game over. And it hurt. Projectiles on fire. Man, underneath I'm not singing my normal voice because the notes are always wrong. I can sing, believe it or not. Do you believe me?
I do not.
Do you believe me that I can sing?
I do not.
But I can though. I totes can. I can totes sing. Better than you. I'll prove it later.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
No, but I can't sing better than you.
Bo always did say I could never carry a tune in my pocket. I actually did that once. Carried a tune in my pocket. Bugs Bunny was not very happy about that encounter.
What was the tune? If you say All-Star, I'm going to lose my shit.
I said Bugs Bunny.
Oh. Spelling. I spelled that wrong.
As I said, he wasn't very happy with that encounter. But everyone got a laugh.
Well, at least everybody laughed.
Screw you! Okay. What?
Yeah, they
Oh!
pretty much just get faster and faster and faster. There's really no end. This is how Atari 2600 games were. They pretty much just looped and got faster. Not even necessarily more challenging, just faster.
Well, faster doesn't give its own challenge curve.
It does, and that's pretty much what they did. There was no ending, it just got faster. But most arcade games of the time just got faster.
I remember hearing about a game, that the reason it got faster was because it had more processing power as you deleted more and more enemies off the screen.
Interesting.
But I do not think this has the same qualities because, as we can see,
There's usually only 3 on there at a time.
yes. But it does have, I'm going to guess, and this is mainly the tech priest speaking, that there is hundreds, maybe even thousands of calculations going on every second.
Uh-huh.
Because these things have a bit of a pattern, but it's also randomized.
Yeah.
And it also needs to figure out where I, the player, am on screen for the lowest one to be able to shoot me. Come here. Come here. I plan on killing you. Thank you.
Charlie makes a good point about the Atari port of Pac-Man. He mentions that some people got so good at it that they broke the limit of the level number and then broke the game. That was actually very common for a lot of Atari 2600 games because they were only programmed with certain intentions of the players in mind, as well as the limitations of the system itself. It was an extremely limited system, even for its time. Part of why Atari went to home computers shortly after the fall of video game consoles, until Nintendo picked it up and saved the day.
That feeling you get when you hit it right as it forms.
And that feeling you get when you do a beer tasting video and you start talking about video game history.
Always keep history in mind, because if you forget history, you are doomed to repeat it.
Just like 1918. That's as far as I'm going to say about that right now. I don't know how. This game is loud as balls. Like, really loud. Like, do, 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 do. And Erie's still asleep. You think this would wake him up?
Interesting.
Drunk video game history. Charlie just gave us $1 million idea. We've been doing this wrong the whole time. Video game history exists all over the place on YouTube, but not drunk video game history.
What's the difference?
We talk about it drunk instead of being super serious about it.
I mean, that could bring its own comedy.
To the individual who needs to hear this, put more Soko in it.
Here, I will kill you. There we go. That was odd. Or I saw something there for a second. And he's empty. Yay! I get to carry everything by myself. This is a demon, or these demons. I'm spring cleaning hell. should fire a little bit faster. Come. There you go. Mercifully. I feel like I'm getting better at this. Haha. Split-second decisions. Yeah. Ouch. No. I deny you. Oh, I'm actually getting closer. No. Oh, great. I just screwed myself. No. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, you heathens. You dirty, dirty heathens. Aha! Come here. There you go. Really? Aha! Marksmanship. Now. Furthest I've gotten so far. Did you have an exorcism there for a second?
More like aneurysm. I don't know what that was, but I zoned out hardcore there for a moment.
Yeah, I noticed you were emptier than usual.
There we go. My jaw works. That's my only moving part, you know.
I'd be concerned if there's more.
There usually would be.
More cause for concern?
No, but you'll find out when I get the rest of my body back. So, I did not hear any of what just happened, so, fill me in.
Not much happened. I was just, of course, dying and trying to kill as many of these demons as possible. Give hell a little bit of a spring cleaning. And maybe trying to sing my own little tune.
So, this kind of reminds me of a different game, which is basically the same idea, but slightly different. It was also on the Atari 2600. It was called Phoenix. It was basically the same idea, except it was by a different company. How many stages of this have you even cleared?
Quite a bit. I actually got to 1260.
Oh, your score reset.
Yes, because I
You pretty
died.
much beat it.
No, I died.
You only beat the Atari game when you hit, the max number of 9s at the top of the screen in your scorecard.
That's good to know.
Because there is no end to these games. They just get faster until they break. And yeah, that's literally almost all of them. 95% of all Atari games are like that. They were simpler times. At least there was no DLC.
Yes, because the greed of corporations can never be too much.
Oh, of course not. However, if you'd like, we can switch to Phoenix and you can see how well you do with that.
I would not be opposed to it.
Alright, let me just have a little bit of an out-of-body experience here, and I might be able to pull that up for you.
Be gone, demons! The power of me compels you! The power of me compels. Oh, he's doing not. Oh. It is really down there. Alright. Oop.
Oh, that was exhausting.
Oh, I can agree with that. I've done that many a time, or that kind of thing many a times.
This will be a lot smoother to watch in the edit.
You can actually take out 2 enemies at once.
Yeah, you don't beat Atari games, you break them. But yeah, as you can see, this is effectively a lot like the same idea as Demon Attack. I
Oh,
had both of these at one point. They were fun.
these remind me of harpies, except when you shoot off their wings, they don't fall.
I thought you said herpes, and then I realized you said harpies.
Yes, my...
I'm glad I realized that, or that would have led to a very awkward question.
Oh, trust me, I have been in places where diseases like that are not commonplace, but there's some that are far, far worse.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
Thought I had that one.
See, Mojito agrees with me.
But at the very least, they're a little bit more predictable. Until they do something like that. Here.
So, how is this compared to Demon Attack?
Oh, it plays a little bit of the same, but it's also a little bit more predictable.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Depends. If you're looking for a challenge, not a good thing. But if you're not, and you're just looking to enjoy something a little bit easier to handle, then it's actually a good thing.
There you go. So how do either of these games stack up to Air Combat on the PlayStation?
Definitely far simpler.
Well, there's that, but let's just talk about the fun factor. It's newer, does not necessarily mean it's more fun to play.
You say as if the definition of fun has one meaning.
Is it enjoyable for you presently, aside from my yapping my jaw?
I could see myself coming back to this, yes.
What about Air Combat, though?
The first 3 levels before the night, or the levels before the night level, maybe. But until I can get better with the game, I may not come back to it.
That is why these older games are so much more simpler. They're just like really easy to grab onto and just play.
But there's something about simple, or the simpler something is, the more it is.
Less is more, as
Yes.
they like to say.
Yes, that was the turn of phrase I was trying to speak. But something about these old games seemed to take away some of my attention.
Oh, yeah.
Very hypnotic.
Speaking of tension, you did say something about being out with your lady earlier. How did that go?
Oh, it was wonderful. We went actually to Mandalore before the what was it? Ooh. Speaking of which, I need to take this.
Oh, yeah?
Very important.
Oh. We're going to watch the player get destroyed in this game for a little bit. So, how's it going? Talk to me. We having a good time? We're gonna wrap this up soon and do the post. What did we call it? Erie's not here to tell me. The post-stream commentary, like a post-game commentary from one of those sports ball game things. Agent Mojito's giving me a shout out. Hey, I'm glad you're being glad you're enjoying this, Detra. Glad to have you here. And you've been watching this the whole time, too. Thank you all for watching this so far. Currently, there's a situation going on. We'll be back on track here shortly. We're going to wrap things up after a little while, and then we're going to do our post-game chat. Post-stream chat. Pre-nipple twist.
My apologies, that was kind of uncouth of me.
It sounded important.
Oh, it was a coworker of mine, Lady Light, actually.
Oh, okay then. But tell me about how things went with your lady.
Oh, it was, as I said, quite nice. We went to Mandalore before that old evil fellow, Palpatine, ruined it. And, yeah, we actually enjoyed some blood sports, actually. It was quite fun.
Entertaining. If that's not love, what is?
Yes, it's always nice to go with your romantic, your partner, and split skulls and rip intestines out of the stomach.
Whoa. The split skulls thing. You know that's insensitive, and you said that on purpose.
Maybe.
No maybe about it. You legitimately said that to piss me off. Luckily, I am not petty. I am better than that.
Sure you are. You're the most noble soul I have ever met. And I have met many a noble soul.
And that was sarcasm. And I have met many an asshole.
Well, at least I didn't go with the coronate route and go blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. You'd be a nice addition to that throne, by the way.
I'd be a nice addition to any throne.
Sadly, you wouldn't be able to go anywhere nor be able to say anything, which would be a nice change of pace.
And I would cease to exist if that were so.
Yes, but by that point, I'd make sure your job was no longer needed.
My job?
Oh, you said you were...
Breathing will always be needed.
Yes, but there's always better Reapas.
Oh, don't remind me. My coworkers always remind me.
Isn't
Always a coworker to remind me that they're better than me. That they always turn their papers in on time. I'm so sick of hearing about that.
It's like that kid in class that would always stand up and say, "I'm done with my test, Miss Teacher," and then walk out of the room. Always a show-off.
Always. I think we might be able to get along a little more, which is progress.
They say progress is good because it doesn't, or it makes sure things do not stagnate, and stagnation is the death of a universe.
Can you believe this? Can you believe this? I'm looking at the comments right now. Do you know what Agent Mojito called you?
Do I wish to know, or should I send Fire Team Onyx? I believe yes, Fire Team Onyx. They're no longer on assignment right now.
You might have to. He called you Bradley. That is not your name.
That. No, but I've heard that somewhere.
Probably like how Flatrick has heard himself be called Flatrick. Even I messed that up once.
No.
Retcon corrections to a previous episode.
No, I swear I've heard that name before, but I don't.
I mean, it's a very popular male name, especially among white people.
That is true, but it feels like it sits somewhere deep in the recess of my mind. But, there's a lot of things in there. Not everything, or some answers are best left uncovered, or left covered, hidden.
Much like my own skull, which has nothing physically present inside of it, but there's lots of immaterial there within. Which is why I don't appreciate you opening it.
Are you saying your head is Pandora's box?
Okay. Agent Mojito, the guy I'm sitting next to, is the stranger.
Maybe I should visit him personally and make sure he learns the error of mispronouncing somebody. Because names have power.
You'd think that Charlie would have relayed this information. They once worked together.
Oh yes, he did mention that.
That is so.
Suicide bombers! Lovely!
Alright. Well, have you had enough of these old games yet?
I could take a break, yes.
Alright. Well, you know what? I think we take ourselves a nice big breather.
Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a plan.
Next episode,
When games happens?
Well, that is what happens
When
games happen. I'm sorry, I took it from you. You can say it this time.
Well, I guess what happens when games happens, right?
Good enough for me. Stay tuned for the post-stream commentary.
Man, I can't believe I slept in so late. Oh, but yeah, I'm showered. I'm ready to do the show, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, here, you do that.
Yeah, you kind of missed it by 2 hours. We already did the show.
Are you kidding me? Fine, I guess you know what? I'll just go back to bed.
Fine, you do that. Meanwhile, I'm gonna work on my own stream.
I feel like that went well.
I agree.
Oh.
Alright, post-stream chat time. Alright, so I'm going to have to do this by checking my phone. So, for those of you who might have been counting at home, I did drink 3 of these after the beer tasting bit. I did drink these 3. You can't see them in the frame.
No, here, let's do
Okay.
this.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, I did drink these 3 during the gameplay filming. So I'm 3 beers into this, and this is about halfway. I've only had like about probably this much of it during, because most of that was pretty much just during the tasting section, because I really wanted to get a taste for them. So that box is really interesting because Voodoo Rangers pretty much sticks very closely to their formula, and I very much respect that. So I think that's kind of cool that they're kind of like that. But it's a very acquired taste. I got to be in the right mood for the most part. We did make a joke about how the original Voodoo Ranger IPA, I only bought it because it had a skull with sunglasses, and I wanted to make a joke for the show. It's literally the only reason. And we did that. And go back and watch. Which episode of season 2 was that? It would have been.
It was Stranger's first appearance, actually, I think.
Yeah, probably.
No, it was the Shakan.
Yeah, it was Shakan the Forever Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was last year's Halloween episode. God, that makes it feels like way closer in time than it really
Yeah,
was.
it does. But that's what happens when you're in quarantine and stuff like that.
I mean, it's like time just feels weird. Like time flew when we moved in and we were hanging out, we were having fun, we were having a good time, and then all of a sudden everybody stopped having a good time in sync with each other.
Yeah.
So I don't want to belabor that point necessarily, but that is valid to bring up.
It makes me sad this happened because now I can't see the actual only horror film that I actually wanted to see.
I know, you really wanted to see that. It was the Wendigo.
Yeah.
That's what it was called, though. It was called Antlers. It was about the Wendigo. Yeah.
Wendigo, Wendigo. It depends on who you hear it from and what your preference is.
So we're gonna do a little talking for a little while. Desha says you have a Zac Efron vibe going on with your hair.
Quarantine. I haven't had the chance to get it cut. Like if I wanted to do something, I'd take the freaking razor I've got in my bathroom and just go.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
I don't want to go bald though.
I don't want to do it either. But I mean, at the same time, long hair. I don't really.
Yeah, it was like the time I was getting hot. So I probably should. I may not like it, but I probably should because that way I'm not like burning up during the day.
Right.
Especially when you're outside and lifting heavy totes, heavy pop crates, all that fun stuff. Get in and out of a freaking truck.
Yeah, because he works for a vending machine company. Oh, Jacques back. I guess a bunch of people just came back. So this is the remix of me trying to talk. This is the remix of me trying to talk. So
Either that or you forgot English.
I if I wasn't buzzed, then I'd probably come up with something for that. I'd come up with something for that if I wasn't buzzed. That's a shame that I didn't think of that first, because that kind of rhymed. Not that it would really make me waste any of that kind of time. I don't know, man. I'm bad at freestyling. I'm actually not terrible at rap, but I can't freestyle. I cannot freestyle. I cannot do it.
Actually, I always thought, it says down here in front, I always thought it was like Christian Haydenson from Episode 3, or Star Wars, Anakin Skywalker, the poof.
Yeah, that white man.
But
I don't know that whoosh, that wave.
When my hair's wet and just out of the shower, just that I can do the hello there. There's still people who can do that. You probably heard of me, the negotiator.
Ewan McGregor is great.
Yes,
Like,
he is.
I want to see him. It's like I want to see Suicide Squad just to see him be the villain, because he's the villain in the not Suicide Squad.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey, right? He's the villain in Birds of Prey, and I want to see it just for that. Like, there's no other reason. Like, I just want to see him go like, okay, granted, I do like the actress that did Harley Quinn, but I don't like any of the directors. I don't like the writers. I don't like the producers. Like, everything was like set up completely wrong. But I did like that Harley.
But I hate everything else.
Basically, and that's enough reason for me to want to watch it, honestly. Like, I did like the Suicide Squad version of Harley Quinn. It's not like a good version of Harley Quinn, but it's Harley Quinn, and it's difficult to say. And I really don't appreciate you doing that to Candy Bones while he's helpless like that.
What better time to do it then?
We've been working together a lot more closely than you'd think.
All right, I'll give some payback.
Good riddance. I think we're gonna need to start. I think we're gonna need to start doing a easy on the floor, mate. Because our neighbors downstairs can probably hear us, and they're probably wondering what the hell we're doing. But anyway.
My bad.
But anyway, I'm starting to think that maybe doing ventriloquism might at the end of each stream might end up becoming a thing. I'm afraid you might be right, but if we're gonna do that, you gotta get a lot better at it. You're probably right. So let's check the comments, because I've not been reading the comments. So let's read the comments.
Come on. Yeah. Aha! No. There we go.
I don't know anything about Birds of Prey, because I just have not seen it.
I've heard a little bit about it. Nothing good.
Yeah, I mean,
Then again, that's weaponized nerd rage for you. He always goes angry shit like that, like Angry Joe.
I like Angry Joe. He's funny.
Well, I say angry, but that's not. I don't think I've ever seen Angry Joe angry. That's the thing.
Oh man, how many of his videos have you seen? He's literally too much like me. Like it makes me like annoyed that I'm so behind the YouTube curve, because literally I could be him. I could be that dude. Like literally, he and I are carbon copies of each other. He's just got. I'm just Italian and he's Hispanic. That's the only difference. Other than that, we are identical, and he's got a few less pounds than I do, but he and I are both chubby loudmouths that have anger issues. We are literally the same. We even have the same accent, if you really want to get down to it. Although his is more south of the border and mine's more North Jersey. Well, not South Jersey, blah. It's more South Jersey, but other than that,
South Jersey?
me and Angry Joe are the same. He's just mixed and I'm white. That's the only difference. And even then, most people don't even understand that he's mixed because he's got a pretty pale complexion, and the only time people really understand that he's mixed is the fact that of his accent, and they can understand where he grew up from and the friends he hangs around and everything. So that's what makes that. So if you don't know who Angry Joe is, then you apparently haven't been on YouTube that much because he's been on there for a long time, and he's really funny, and he gives. Even though he's very salty, he gives very pointed opinions on stuff, and I'm done with my cringy ass. Cringy ass. Impression of Angry Joe.
The Angry Joe, I shall praise him. Please don't. I like this shirt. I like this waistcoat. This waistcoat, I think, was like $70, $80.
The vest?
Yeah.
It was like $70, $80.
Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I actually don't fully remember. I'd have to check that.
Really? Just the vest?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's well made too. I like it. It's nice.
Nice.
Actually, I think I'm pretty sure I got this actually Halloween. I think. Is it about
You did?
Yeah. I ordered it because we were sitting in the truck outside of the Halloween store. After going in and seeing all the steampunk stuff, I'm like, oh. Nice man.
Okay, well, we got another costume change coming up.
Oh, not really costume change, more costume addition.
Addition. Just adding an accessory.
I am the homeless mage.
Oh, if you're gonna do that, you gotta have the beard. You gotta have the beard if you're gonna do.
Yes. Yes. It must be done.
Spoilers for the next step. Spoilers for future stuff, and now we've got more people on here than we did before. That's funny. That is funny as poo. Y'all's late to the party. The show's done. We're doing post stream stuff now, but we're glad you're here anyway because this is some improv funny, whatever as you'd call this. I don't even know what you'd call this. You can call me Buzz because I am, but.
But are you Buzz Lightyear?
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue! I am not Tim. I'm not Tim Allen. I almost wanted to mix times with Tim Allen.
That would actually be an interesting actor.
That would be very interesting. Yes. It's like I am very middle of the road. I am very right wing. I wonder how many confused boners I will give. Many confused boners. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Things are fine.
I know you're reaching for my string, and that was a really dumb idea. I do not appreciate that you were doing that.
Oh hush. Eventually I'll get good enough ventriloquism to where this will actually be legit.
Hello, my name's Johnny Roger. One vagabond wizard. Woo.
I rest my case.
Oh, my dear. Oh, I can see the magic stuff. The hokey pokey. There we go. The hokey pokey about you. I'd like to experiment on you.
Well, turn yourself around to do yourself a favor.
I can't wear that for long. It's not itchy, it's just... Unless I set it properly, I can't really do it.
There's been so much to this stream that I wasn't expecting there to be, and I'm not complaining at all.
That's not happens when you put your heads together. Well, 3 technically. On a technicality.
Alright. Well, thank you for joining us, Charlie. We'll be back next week. I'll figure something out between now and then that'll make us do things. I didn't even have the idea for this episode until a day and a half ago.
Yeah, it's because I was at work. I think I was either I think I was unloading or
I was at work too, to be fair.
Yeah. No, actually, I was on my way home from work because it was right around a break, which is usually around 4 o'clock. So it was just like I'm on my back. I hear my phone buzz. I'm like, Well, I'm driving. I can't. I'm driving. I can't really look at my phone right now. I'm gonna look at my phone anyways, because I'm an irresponsible driver.
I felt good.
Good. It feels good, so it must be good. It is good.
Yep.
I am Groot.
You made a German joke and then a Groot joke. Then again, I mean that's too easy to make, so it's like I'm not
I am
too
Groot.
surprised. You are what?
I am Groot.
Right, yeah, Groot. Yeah.
I am Groot.
I understand this.
I am Groot.
Yeah, I understand that the joke is that that's all he says. And that's all he's capable of saying. He's like a Pokemon. Although when he evolves, he stays the same thing. He just gets larger.
Groot.
I guess that's better than saying I am Trentos constantly. Do not push the button! I am Trentos, 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 Trentos. If you actually know Pokemon Gen 2, that's funny. I don't know much Pokemon apart outside of Gen 2. Gen 2 was about where I stopped. Huh?
I was reading the comments.
That's good, because I wasn't for a moment there. So it's good for you to pick up that slack for me for a brief moment.
I mean, it was like people are saying bye because I think Dedra says bye friends, have a good night.
Yep.
Why would I do that? Ik ben Groot. Ik ben Groot. We must do it for science. For science.
I mean, it's clearly what we're doing this show for. It's science, right? I'd like to think so.
I would guess. What do I know? I am just a poor German man. I'm a poor little German boy. Oh! Well, that's good.
Hmm?
She's still here.
Well, unfortunately, we might not leave for very much longer. Alright, get on the ground. This will make this a lot easier.
Big on fox.
For me. Not me! The guy controlling me! Because he insists on trying to be a puppeteer while on screen.
Okay, fine. I will get down to make it easier for you to talk.
I enjoy seeing humans on the knees. That was a joke.
I remember what that's about, but I don't remember the name of that AI.
EDI.
That's right, ED.
Electronic Defense Intelligence. I remember that was her acronym.
Right. Well, thank you all for watching this. Thank not ED for interrupting this whole situation.
Who knows? Maybe she was. I mean, the stranger has a bunch of things in his back pocket. I wouldn't be surprised if he has an AI in his back pocket.
I could put a bomb in your back pocket.
Hopefully not a melt-a-bomb. Those things suck.
I am very choosy with my explosives. But anyway, end of my pockets. Anyway, thank you for watching this stream. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully we can optimize this to where we can get it a lot better, more involved, more interesting, get more people to watch it. But thank you all for being a part of this. It's been great. Let's all band together and make this a lot less miserable to live in. Thank you all, and good night.
Beep, boop, 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 boop.